People of the internet, guys, happy Saturday. I am exhausted, but we are going to have a stream where we don't talk about women's basketball because this is Quita in the mornings, and my name is Quita. We are in the mornings, and we're going to have a good time, so let's do it, okay? This hopefully won't be a very long stream, but I got some stuff to say, and you all see the title. Say what? That's good. That's what I was thinking when I saw some of the things I'm going to talk about today. All right. But before we get going into the theme of the day, I do want to give you all a quick recap of yesterday. So yesterday, me, mama, daddy, all went to Notre Dame as we saw a blowout of a game, but a game that was fun through the first half. It was a good game, I would say, for the first half. And the second half, it was just like, will this game be over? We saw the Dallas Wings versus the Las Vegas Aces in South Bend, Indiana. The final score of that game was Aces 112, Dallas 78. Now, again, this is a blowout. This is a blowout. We saw Jackie Young just sort of light up the court. Like, Jackie Young was in her bag yesterday. One, she kept getting fouled. Jackie Young, like, truly, there were so many fouls in this game, especially in the second half, guys. Jackie Young had like 28 points in this game. A'ja Wilson played way more minutes than I kind of felt comfortable with her playing. Guys, me and Mama, I'm gonna put it out later, guys. But I recorded the whole game, and like me and Mama did our watch and talk type of thing. And here's the deal, guys. We were both like, why in the world is A'ja Wilson still in this game? Why is she still in this game? You don't need her in. Like, yes, you get your stars in for maybe about 10 minutes, and that's about it. She played 21 minutes in this game. And I'm like, you are the most important player on this team. Best player in the league. Why are you playing in preseason? 21 minutes. I mean, she was fire. When she was in the game, she was fire. But I'm just saying, like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? But the thing I really want to talk about when it comes to the Aces is Aaliyah Nye. Aaliyah Nye came into this game with me not thinking she was going to make the roster at all. And Aaliyah Nye dominated, guys. 22 minutes for Aaliyah Nye. 17 points. She was efficient. Was she knocked down like 5 3-pointers in this game? It was wild to see Aaliyah Nye score. I was like, wow, this girl is doing whatever she can to actually make a roster spot. Because here's the deal: when we think about this game, and we think about specifically how Becky Hammon does things, Becky Hammon don't play bench players. Not really. You got to really earn a spot. And for Aaliyah Nye, the rookie draftee from Alabama, for her to get as much playing time as she did yesterday, I was like, bravo, girl. She played 22 minutes. Played more than Crystal Bradford. Played more than Tiffany Mitchell. Played more than Kierstan Bell. Played more than Jewel Lloyd. Like, played more than Kia Stokes. That means a lot. That really does mean a lot. And yesterday, I think in the post game, when I was talking to Mama, I was like, oh, I don't think Aaliyah Nye is going to make the roster, even with her performance. I re-looked at the numbers for the Aces, and I looked at who is on a guaranteed contract and who is not. Yeah, she's making the roster. Yeah, Aaliyah Nye is making the roster. I think we can kind of book it. Aaliyah Nye is likely making the roster. This Aces team needs 3-point shooters, and at Bama, last season at Bama she averaged 12 12 points a game. Also, she was a 45% three-point shooter. 45%. Wild. So I thought Aaliyah Nye played well. Played better than well. I loved her play in yesterday's game. I thought she was great. And then we go to Dallas. Paige, I thought Paige looked good. You know, she wasn't fantastic. She wasn't bad. She looked good. You know, she played fine for her first game ever. She looked a little nervous to start, and then got it together and was making some noise a little bit. Her first bucket was huge. You know, she got a little bump and still made the layup. And so, yeah, William, 45%. Yes, Aaliyah Nye shot 45% from the three this past season. Specifically 45.5% from the three. So, yeah, she keeps this up. Girls for sure making the team. Not only is she going to make the team, she may wind up being the first or second man off the bench. I'm just saying. Also, just real quick, let's talk about the other rookies real quick. Deja Kelly ended up coming in the game late. Scored a couple of points. I don't understand why Becky Hammond waited so late. She truly waited a long time. I didn't like it. Anyway, we saw Deja Kelly finish with 9 points. Elizabeth Kitley got in the game a little bit. Harmony Turner, unfortunately, she did not score, but again, she didn't play bad. It's just she wasn't really in opportunities to score. Though she did get 2 steals, which was nice. So I wanted Harmony Turner to finish with a bucket. I really did. I really did. Because y'all know I am a fan of Harmony Turner and a fan of just how awesome she is. And I would have loved to see her at least make a bucket, but unfortunately we did not. Okay, let's talk about the Dallas Wings again. As I said, Paige played fine. She was good. No real issues there. Here's an issue, a massive issue that Dallas has to deal with. Yesterday during the game, constantly I was saying to Mama, what are they doing? We see the Aces running plays the whole game, even when it was obvious that we're seeing a blowout. We saw this Aces team play a real offensive game, have real sets, and all that stuff. Oh, dang. I am so sorry, Tulip. I am very, very sorry to hear about your grandfather. Yeah, absolutely. Please pray for Tulip and her family. Yeah, that's horrible news. I'm really sorry to hear that. I am really, really sorry to hear that. Wow. That's tough. That's tough. Absolutely, yes. We're praying for Tulip, and Tulip, be encouraged. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. Yeah, really sorry to hear that. Guys, for Dallas, one of the things I was telling Mama yesterday, yeah, I said that yesterday, Kelvin. Kelvin says, Quita, I'm shocked that you think Nye may not make the team. The Aces may need shooters, and Nye is a shooter, not to mention she plays defense. Yeah, here's the deal. I did say that. I said that yesterday. As I was talking through the game and whatnot, I was thinking I don't think she's gonna make the roster, because for some reason I was thinking that the Aces had more guaranteed contracts than they actually do, and we can talk about who they have on the guaranteed contracts, but they can keep Aaliyah Nye, and I think they probably will now. So yesterday I said during my live stream, I was like, actually, I don't think they will, but actually looking at her hoop stats earlier today, I was like, actually, yeah, they're gonna keep her for sure. They're keeping her. Yeah, you have the space. you need her for her 3-point shooting. So, like, yeah, they're going to keep her. So, yeah. Correction. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. And again, guys, we will get to the actual main point of the stream, which is Kierstan Bell, Kim Mulkey, and Caitlin Clark. What do those three people have in common? We're going to talk about it. Okay. All right. Anyway, but I just want to quickly finish up recapping yesterday. With Dallas, here's the deal. Chris Koklanis is a brand new coach. He's new. He's talked about wanting his team to have fun and enjoy themselves and yada, yada, yada. The Aces looked like a real team yesterday, and Dallas, in a lot of ways, looked like a team that was playing pickup. They looked like a team that was just playing pickup basketball. It didn't really seem like they were really, really committed to running plays throughout the whole game. And when the bench players came in, it was just ball hog, get a bucket, make some stuff happen. That's really, that really is what it was. And I'm just like, man, come on, Dallas. Wait, what is going on? What I was just like, what is going on, Dallas? You know? And don't get me started, guys. Don't get me started on. Okay, so Paige played okay. Dejanay, okay. She played okay, I guess. But again, no real sense of urgency. Nalissa Smith was fine. Tierra McCowan was atrocious. And at first, I've previously talked about how I thought that Tierra McCowan was going to be in the starting lineup because, yeah, she's a big body or whatever. But she looked so bad. Tierra McCowan was so horrible yesterday that, like, my dad, when she would get the ball, my dad would be like, get the ball away from her. Like, it was so bad. This girl's 6'7", and she played so weak, so slow, and I'm just like, oh my God, girl, you seem slower and weaker than you were last year. Like I just couldn't deal. And then she finished the game with 0 rebounds. I was just like, oh my goodness, girl, come on. Like, I'm just like, and like this, like I'm not like, I was rooting for her to do well and improve. Tierra McCowan is one of those players that to me has so much potential because she's so big, and she just hasn't been able to get over the hump and actually, you know, be as good as she could be. She has a great body. She has a great height, but she doesn't use it. And it's just like, sometimes I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, it annoyed me when she was in the game. It annoyed the mess out of me. And I'm just like, this don't make no sense. Like, like she's not going to start on this team. If she keep, maybe this is just rust. Maybe she's just tired. I don't know. But yeah, it was bad. It was just really, really, really bad. So Dallas, really my second team, because you got me hot right now thinking about that offense. So horrible, not defending. Yeah, it was bad. It was just really, really bad. And then those weak post-entry passes. There was so many turnovers that Dallas had. What, like almost 19 turnovers or something like that? Because, and most of them, I would say, was due to post-entry passes that were lazily thrown at bad angles, or the player who was going to get the ball in the post ended up at the last second letting the defense beat them and then get to the ball. Anyway, it was bad. It was just, their offense is horrible. And yes, you're playing against the Las Vegas Aces that's coached by Becky Hammond. Yes, you are playing a veteran team, and you are a very young squad. Yes, I understand that. But I was just like, man, y'all got a lot of work to do. Y'all have a lot of work to do. Stern12 says, I watched the Dallas practice video. It was a mess. I got to check it out. But yeah, it just was not a good look. This was a terrible look for the Dallas Wings. Now, here's the deal. I would love to see more instances of Paige Beckers, Dejanay Carrington, Maddie Siegrist, Isaiah James, and Maisha Hines-Allen in the game together. Like I want to see that. I want to see that combination because I thought that when Isaiah James came in the game, she was a huge spark for Dallas and ended up helping Dallas to tie the game, and then it was over from there. But yeah, I really liked Isaiah. I thought Isaiah played some big minutes against the better players for the Aces. Now we all saw how JJ Kennerly just put up some crazy numbers, right? She was 7 of 10 from the field, finished with 16 points and whatnot. And people may be like, JJ Kennerly was the best player out there and blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. A huge portion of what JJ Kennerly was doing was against non-top players for the Aces. For Isaiah James, a good amount of the stuff that she was doing was against the starters for the Aces. And so, like, to me, I put more weight on what Isaiah James was able to do in her 10 points than what JJ Kennerly was able to do. Now, JJ Kennerly was impressive. I did like her aggression and whatnot, but again, there's levels to it. Like, yes, you can score a whole bunch of points, but who are you scoring against? Who is defending you when you're doing what you're doing? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, there's a difference. But the box score does not tell all, okay? The box score does not tell all. Just because someone has a certain amount of points does not mean they were better than someone who had less points, because who was on the court when they did what they did? Okay? Who was on the court? So I saw somebody who was like, "Oh, JJ Kennerly played better than all the rookies out there, besides Aaliyah Nye." And I was like, actually, not. No, no. She played well. She did what she did. But I also tell you this, as I said earlier, the Dallas Wings yesterday, they were ball hogging. They were not playing like a team. They were playing like, oh, give me the ball. I just want to score. Like it wasn't team basketball at all. I'm just like, y'all gotta play like a team. Come on. Y'all have to play like a team. Come on now. But anyway, that is my talk about yesterday's game. I thought it was fun in the first half. And then it kind of just died on as the game went on. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to what I actually wanted to talk about. Now, here's the thing. I'm not talking about the Sky versus Brazil game. I'm not talking about that at all. And for those who are saying, like, oh, why are you not going to talk about it? Well, I'm not going to talk about it because I didn't watch it. Okay? Why didn't you watch it? I didn't watch it because literally I was at the other game in person and I had to drive all the way home. I was exhausted, tired. I did not watch the Sky versus Brazil game. So maybe y'all in the comments, y'all can talk about what y'all thought about that game. I didn't watch it. I will probably watch it today, probably, and then maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. All right? So I am not going to talk about that game because I'm not going to talk about something I didn't watch. So, all right. Okay. All right. So here's the deal, guys. I want to make it an admission to you all. I want to make an admission that is not the best admission, but we want to move on to the next topic. Oh, and I just realized I don't have the graphic for it. Let me pull that up real quick. But again, let me know what y'all thought about that. What y'all thought about the game between the Brazilian national team and the Chicago Sky. Y'all can let me know what y'all thought about that game, because I didn't watch it. Not because I didn't want to watch it, but because I was literally coming back from another game and I was exhausted. Okay, so here's let's go through this. Let's go through this. Here's the deal, guys. I fell for it. Yesterday, I was scrolling through Twitter, trying to just see what's going on in the world of women's basketball. Scrolling through Twitter before I left for the Aces Wings game, and I see this. It's an update post on Twitter, and it says, roster update: the Aces have waived Kierstan Bell. And I was like, the Aces waived Kierstan Bell? Wait, Kierstan Bell? The one on a guaranteed contract? The one that the Las Vegas Aces ended up picking up her 4th year? That Kierstan Bell? She's waived? She's gone? What? So I saw that. Now, mind you, I did not notice at the time. I did not notice that that the poster of this was called Las Vegas Aces GM at LeBron Reads. I didn't notice that. I did not notice that at all. Okay? What I noticed was how you got the roster update graphic that I've seen from the Las Vegas Aces before, right? I've seen that before, and I'm just scrolling, so I'm just like, oh, wow, I'm surprised. I guess they're gonna have to pay her out because she's on a guaranteed contract. But I was like, okay, whatever. I saw that, kept scrolling. Then I go to the game. Walk into Purcell Pavilion. I'm watching the players warm up, and I'm like, wait, isn't that Kierstan Bell? I thought she got waived. And I go back on Twitter, and this time I go on the Aces Twitter account, and I'm like, wait, I don't see this nowhere. She was not waived. And then I went to my bookmarks because, when updates happen, I just bookmark stuff and whatnot. I go to my bookmarks and I'm like, oh my God, I fell for this. I fell for a fake account making an announcement like those troll accounts. I was like, this don't make no sense. I fell for it because when I saw it, I was like, wait, what? And I saw her and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, dang, they got me. So yeah. I was thinking, oh, she got waived in my head, and then boom, she's right there on the court warming up. She got her warm-ups on, active. Turns out that tweet was fake. It was not from the Aces real account. It was just a random Twitter hoax. So, guys, usually I always catch those things. Usually I'm not someone who falls for the fake stuff that's posted on social media, but yesterday they got me. So this is your friendly reminder. Guys, not everything you see on social media is true. Okay? And actually look at these handles, okay? Don't just be scrolling, see something and be like, "Oh, interesting." And then keep scrolling. Look at actually look at the profile. Okay? Now, if I would have taken more than 5 seconds on this tweet when I first saw it, I would have realized that it's fake. So, yeah. Anyway, this is your friendly reminder, guys. This is your friendly reminder. Okay? Okay. But, you know what is true, guys? Kierstan Bell is still on the roster. And we need to talk about why. Okay? We need to talk about why. So, I thought, you know what? Now that I fell for this hoax, let me actually talk about Kierstan Bell. Because here's the deal. Kierstan Bell is on a guaranteed contract with the Las Vegas Aces. Now, you know, she is likely not getting cut. All right? Because if she does get cut, the Aces will have to buy her out. Or they need to trade her, and the trade capital is not that high on Kierstan Bell. Like, no shade. Like, this is just the truth. It's not that high on Kierstan Bell because she hasn't done much in the WNBA. Right? So unless something major or wild happens, Kierstan Bell will be on this roster come the start of the season. Because the Aces picked up her 4th-year option, which basically just locks her in on a guaranteed contract. So if they cut her, you got to pay her or you got to trade her. All right? So barring any crazy thing, she's here. She's on this team. Now, to be fair, for those people who are like confused as to why Kierstan Bell is still on this team, well, I mean, they have a reason to be confused. Kierstan Bell is someone who has dealt with some injuries last year. Like she dealt with some injuries last year, and there were some games that she was not even available. But for the games that she was available, she rode the bench a lot. She only played in 6 games last season, and in those games, she averaged 7.2 minutes per game in those 6 games she played last season, and 2.8 points in those games. That was in 2024. In 2023, I want to say that Kierstan Bell really did have a breakout performance in 2023. That was her 2nd year in the league, and you know, she had a little bit more time on it, like a little more, you know, understanding of the game. Also, the Aces dealt with some injuries that year, and Kiersten played a bigger role. In 2023, Kiersten played in the majority of the games for that year. And in those games, she averaged 11.8 points again. 11.8 minutes a game and 3.7 points a game. Still nothing earth-shattering at all, but she was pretty, solid at times, bench production on a team that was full of all-stars and a team that won in 2023 their 2nd WNBA championship. So at this point, Kierstan Bell is a 2-time WNBA champion because she's been on the team throughout that run, albeit for the most part on the bench. And while on the Aces, Kiersten is a bench player, I think sometimes we fail to remember how good a player was before they came to the WNBA. Now, Kierstan Bell in the WNBA, not very good. It just is what it is in terms of what we've seen in terms of production on the court. But in college, the girl was a walking bucket. She finished out her last 2 seasons in college at Florida Gulf Coast University, and that's the same place that Carl Semesco left. Carl Semesco was the head coach of Florida Gulf Coast. Now he is the head coach at Atlanta. But anyway, at Florida Gulf Coast, y'all, Kierstan Bell was fire. She was absolutely fire in college. I'm talking a walking bucket, someone who won the Becky Hammon Mid-Major Player of the Year award twice. Kierstan Bell is legit. Like truly, if you've been rocking with women's basketball for a long time, if you've been paying attention, you know how great of a bucket Kierstan Bell was. She was great in college. Again, 2-time Becky Hammon Mid-Major Award Player of the Year. She was someone who had accomplishments up the wazoo. She finished with Florida Gulf Coast averaging 22.8 points a game. Started every game. Made it happen, right? This was someone who was elite on both the offensive and defensive end at Florida Gulf Coast. In her last year at the team, she averaged 7.3 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists per game, 2.1 steals per game, 1.8 blocks a game. Kierstan Bell was amazing in college. She was amazing. You know, she torched players. She even played well against some Power 5 schools. You know, this was a very talented player, so it makes sense. It makes sense that the decision was made by the Aces to draft her. Right? So the Aces ended up picking up Kierstan Bell as the number 11th pick in the 2022 draft. It wasn't a bad draft pick. It wasn't. Because, again, Becky Hammond, she won the Becky Hammond Award twice. Harmony Turner won that as well. Shout out to Harmony Turner. You know, this is one of those things that it was like, okay, well, the Aces are looking to invest in some younger talent and develop, right? They were interested in developing players to help them reach their ceiling. But, you know, not everybody develops in the way that we expect, right? In the WNBA, there is no working it out on the court, right? There is no G League in the WNBA. There is no taxi squad. There is no real grace period. So you either produce now, or you're either waived or you sit on the bench. And Kierstan Bell, well, she ended up she kept making the roster every single year. Yeah, after she was drafted, she ended up making a roster that year, and then year after that, she made the roster. Year after that, she made the roster, all on non-guaranteed deals. All on non-guaranteed deals. She always found a way to actually make the roster, and she was doing what she could to get better, right? Remember, she played in Athletes Unlimited and whatnot. At least she went overseas as well. Like, this is someone who was, you know, trying to do what she could. Oh, yeah, Florida Gulf Coast. Yeah, that's where she went. That's where she went to college, Florida Gulf Coast University, or she went for 2 years at Florida Gulf Coast University. Anyway, you know, Kierstan Bell, she was trying to do what she could to get better in the off season, and she would always make the roster. Okay, and at times she would come in a game and we would see flashes of like, okay, well, Kierstan Bell can actually make some stuff happen. But then we see a lot of other times where Kierstan Bell is just out there and it just doesn't look like a good fit, right? Which leads to a lot of people saying like, hey, you know, what's going on with Kierstan Bell? Because her growth has not seemingly, you know, reached the levels that people were anticipating it to reach, right? She seems like she is, like, the game is still very fast for her. And she's slow to read what's happening on the court and what she needs to do, both on the offensive and defensive end. Now, yes, last year she did deal with some injuries. She did. So to be fair, that is true. But even with the lower production last season, the Las Vegas Aces still decided to extend a 4th-year option on her rookie contract. So that's why this year she is on a guaranteed contract. And so there's that. She has found a place in the Aces locker room. She has found a place with the Aces, even though she doesn't really play. So, will Kierstan Bell play a lot of minutes this year? Probably not. Aaliyah Nye will probably play a lot of the minutes that maybe Kierstan Bell may have played. Maybe, you know, Kierstan Bell is not really playing, and she's not really fighting for her life this year in training camp. She's actually fighting for minutes because she already has a guaranteed spot, right? And so hopefully Kierstan Bell comes in this year and into this season and has a breakout year. Hopefully, that would be awesome to see. But I don't think so. I don't think so. But she is on this team, and so yeah, she has a guaranteed contract. If injuries happen and whatnot with this team, hopefully she can come in there, prove her value, and make an impact. I just wanted to let you all know that, like, just because some players maybe on a roster in the WNBA, they may not play that much. You may not think they're very good in the WNBA. In college, y'all, literally, she's a walking bucket. And sometimes it happens. Not everybody develops in the way that we think they should develop. Now, do I think Kierstan Bell should be way better than what she is right now in the WNBA? Yes, I do. But it is what it is. But anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this real quick and just update you all on what is going on with Kierstan Bell. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully she has an unlock for this season. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really see it right now, but we'll see. We will absolutely see. Kentucky Rick says, "Is that Mr. President or Princess on the couch?" That's Princess. Yeah, that's Princess on the couch. All right. Road 2 says some went away. Some college players don't do well on the professional level in the W Rickies. Their first year is actually a training camp and getting to know the league, coach, team, playbook. Yeah. ALX says Draymond Green was a walking bucket in college. Now he does something else in the league. Gotta find what you're good at in the pros. Yes, that is true. Find your role and be very, very good at your role. Okay. Thank you so much. The Million Mile Man. Are you running a million miles? Like, what's the deal with the million miles? So appreciate you keeping us up with what's going on. Everyone hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. Okay. The Kierstan Bell topic is over. Now let's move on to the next topic. Again, we had 3 different topics that we needed to get through today. And the second topic, where's the second topic? Here we go. The second topic is involving Kim Mulkey. And what Kim Mulkey said, because Kim Mulkey said something. Again, the theme is, wait, what? And I heard a recent interview that Kim Mulkey did, and literally as she was talking, I was like, what? Wait, you mean to tell me? Like, you know, I was just saying. I'm just saying, I was thinking like, man, you mean to tell me that for 40 years, like, you know, the guy who's like, you mean to tell me that for 40 years I could have been doing this? Ain't no way. Like, I was thinking like, you know, you mean to tell me that the top sought out transfer will commit to your team on one conversation with you and no official visit? Ain't no way. But that's what happened. Way. That is what happened. Okay? Because I was just like, wait, what? What do you mean Malaysia Fulwiley never took an official visit to LSU before transferring? That's right. According to Kim Mulkey herself, she only talked to Malaysia and her mom once. Then boom, commitment locked. No visit, no campus tour, no big recruiting weekend. Just one of the most electric players in women's college basketball saying, yeah, I'm good. Let's do it. Let's do it. So let's talk about why I find this so shocking and what this tells us about My Lady Fulwiley, what this tells us about Kim Mulkey, and what this tells us about what we may see in this new transfer portal era. Okay, so when let's recap for those who are not aware. When we first heard that My Lady Fulwiley was hitting the transfer portal, jaws dropped. People were shocked, right? This is the sixth player of the year. This is the SEC tournament MVP. This is someone who dropped 24 points against LSU. In the past. This is someone who has torched just about everybody with her flashy play, right? She's a fun player. Second leading scorer for the South Carolina Gamecocks this past year. And, for her to leave South Carolina, a national title contender, right? They won in her rookie year, her freshman year, her second year, they ended up losing. She leaves this team. She leaves a team that likely was going to go back to the national championship next year. And it shocked people even more when she landed at South Carolina's biggest SEC rival, LSU. It's crazy. But Kim Mulkey said it took one conversation to get her to commit. Hey, here's the thing. Most players take visits. They meet the team or the players who are available to meet, right? They tour the locker room, they soak in the vibe, all that good stuff. But for Malaysia, she didn't need it. Because Kim Mulkey was like, hey, she's played against us enough to know our play style and to know all she needs to know. And honestly, that might be everything you need to know about Malaysia. Malaysia is strategic, right? I think she's done her homework and she's been like, you know what? Yeah, let me go on here. She knew what she was leaving at South Carolina. She knew who was leaving at LSU. She knew who was staying. And she knew where the gaps were in LSU's backcourt. Malaysia Fulwiley didn't need a sales pitch, clearly. She saw what was going on. She peeped game and she was like, you know what? Okay, let me have a conversation with you. All right, I'm committing. I don't have to go there. I'm committing. I'm good. And she made her move. So now we have the question of how does it work? Because LSU has a big three. Again. A new big three. A all-guard big three. Flau'jae Johnson is back. Michaela Williams is back. And now you have a player like a Malaysia Fulwiley. Right? This backcourt is looking good. But remember the other time that LSU's backcourt looked really, really good when they added in another big-time guard, Haley Van Lith. Right? That was a huge transfer win for Kim Mulkey. And that didn't exactly go to plan. And so, just because this matchup, this combination of talent comes together does not mean it's going to be successful. I mean, for the game of women's basketball, I hope it is. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd really be fun to see these players hoop. I think it'd be fun to see them hoop. Malaysia will likely have a starting spot on the team. Who runs the point is a question mark. I don't know. From what Flau'jae Johnson has been saying, seems like she does want to be more of a facilitator. I don't know. Maybe they play point guard by committee. But either way, the starting lineup for sure that we know about is going to be Malaysia, Flau'jae, Michaela. Who knows who plays point? Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but I don't think at this point we will know. I think the question mark is, does this even click? Does it? Does this combination of players do really well? Because again, Malaysia doesn't have a ton of a vibe of like who LSU really is, besides when she came to the PMAC as a South Carolina player, right? She doesn't. So she doesn't really like. I don't know. I just think it's odd that like she never visited, and just she had a conversation. Her mom had a conversation with Kim Mulkey, and that was about it. Like I just kind of think it's wild. I don't know. So why in the world did Malaysia Fulwiley pick LSU? Well, South Carolina was winning. Malaysia Fulwiley had the fans. She had attention. She was the highlight queen. But deeper down, maybe it makes sense. South Carolina just added Taniyah Latson, the leading scorer, the number one leading scorer in the country. Malaysia has been coming off the bench since she was a freshman. Guys, remember, she's in the same freshman class as Hannah Hidalgo and Juju Watkins. Could it be that she's seeing what they're doing and the accomplishments they're having and whatnot, and she's like, you know what? I want to start. I want to average close to 20 points again. I know I can do it. I know I have the talent, and honestly, we all know she has the talent. Malaysia was still coming off the bench. And at LSU, there's a path and there's room for Malaysia to start. And there is a coach who loves flair. Look at Kim Mulkey's outfits. She loves flair. She loves excitement. And Kim Mulkey said it herself, man. She's like, hey, Malaysia is an exciting player. She wants to play with flair. She wants to have a good time. Translation, Kim Mulkey most likely told Malaysia in that one conversation that I'm going to let you cook. I'm going to let you start. I'm going to let you cook. And you go and do your thing, girl. Go and do your thing. And that probably is all that Malaysia needed. I do think that, hey, it's like, hey, she wanted a very particular future, Malaysia. And she didn't see it at South Carolina. So she's like, you know what? Send me over to LSU. This is a business. I'm here to work, and I'm about to do my thing. So, but a thing to remember, guys, it's rare to see a bold move like this. It's rare. No visit, no long conversations. This is just a baller who knows what she wants. Malaysia Fulwiley has made her move on the chessboard. And right now, we'll see. We will see what happens, because Baton Rouge it's going to get interesting. It's going to get real, real interesting next year. That's for sure. That is for sure. W. Bazile says, let her cook, ? I don't know if you can land in Baton Rouge and start cooking your own gumbo. It may take time. I don't know nothing about gumbo. Element says, grr. I don't know people saying she went for money bothers me so much, grr. Well, I mean, was money part of it? Yeah, sure. LSU seems to be the NIL capital of the world when it comes to women's sports. So, yeah. Could that have been a factor as well? Sure. Do I think that was the sole only factor? No. All right. Serenity says, I like Lay. I'm sure she'll do just fine. Alpha Sports says, did you see Haley's interview with the Chicago Tribune? I did not. I've not seen it. I did see some headline that said like Haley had advice or whatever for Malaysia. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but I did not see it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it later. I will look at it later. Tisha says, South Carolina players are expected to be humble and great team players. LSU is more free-flowing and in your face like their coach. Who's fighting? Who? I don't understand. Who's fighting? Anyway, guys. All right. Anyway, guys, let's move on to the final topic because I'm tired. I don't have that much time to stay on this live. But let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic, again, remember, the theme is wait, what? Or say what? I should have called it wait, what instead of say what. Anyway. So, let's move on to the next thing. And this is a injury report. Here's the deal, guys. Yesterday, I made a long, exhaustive video about just all the injuries we knew about at the time. But, well, I got some more news for you. And it is not the news Indiana Fever fans heading into today's preseason opener wanted to hear. So, later today, we will see the Indiana Fever kick off their preseason in a game tonight. And, they will be doing it against the Washington Mystics. The game is happening in a couple of hours. It's 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central Time. And they'll be doing it without Caitlin Clark. Yeah, Caitlin Clark, the number one pick last season, the face of the franchise, the most hyped rookie in probably WNBA history. She is going to be on the sideline with a leg injury. But before you panic, there is some possible good news too. Now, when I first saw this, again, as I do, I was scrolling on Twitter yesterday. I was scrolling. I ended up seeing the Indiana Fever make their roster update. And I was like, wait, what? You don't mean to tell me that Caitlin's injured, you know? They got her listed as questionable with a left leg injury. I was like, okay, this is not great. And then I started to see the flood of Fever fans who had bought tickets to today's game, bought tickets to tomorrow's game in Iowa, and the people were like, I'm not going if Caitlin isn't playing and blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal, guys. I do have some good news for you because there is no actual need to panic. No actual need. Because this, in my opinion, is just a precaution that is telling people, hey, Caitlin probably will not play in today's game because Caitlin wants to play in Sunday's game in Iowa. Okay? In my opinion, this is just a precaution. All signs point to Caitlin Clark suiting up tomorrow for her very special homecoming game. Okay? So, again, yesterday, the Fever announced that Caitlin is questionable with a left leg injury. They gave no details, no timeline, just questionable. That raised some eyebrows because, again, today there is a game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And it is a nationally televised game on not ESPN, NBA TV. You know, this is the perfect setup for a great preseason debut for Caitlin Clark, but she won't be there. Caitlin has been practicing in a training camp, and reporters said that they saw her in the gym on Friday, shooting, getting some shots up. No, there was no visible limp. There was no brace that anyone could see. She looked fine. So this feels more like a, hey, let's be smart situation than a red alert injury. It's not that. It's just, let's be smart. Let's be smart about these things. Because to be honest with you guys, the Fever don't need Caitlin Clark to play in any of the preseason games. They don't need her to. But tomorrow, I think it's a different story. Tomorrow's a different story because the Indiana Fever are heading to Harbor Carver Hawkeye Arena. This is Caitlin's home. This is her house. Back to Iowa City, a sold-out crowd. We're seeing numbers like 400 plus for resale tickets. The game is going to be on ESPN. They're going to have WNBA countdown for a preseason game. So, yeah, this is not just a preseason game. This is basically a full-blown homecoming event plus PR juggernaut type of thing, right? Again, on ESPN with WNBA countdown, with a full thing. You have all the ESPN people coming out to cover this game like it's basically a playoff game or something. So, yeah, that's a big deal. So, yes, we will see, most likely, Caitlin Clark probably not play today. And if she does, maybe she plays like maybe a couple minutes. But really, I think she's going to play on Sunday because that's just a huge game. That's just a huge game. And maybe her and the coaching staff was like, you know what? We're not gonna play you. We're probably gonna list you as questionable. I don't think this is that big of a deal. So I saw, again, I get a lot of my commentary for I get a lot of my commentary, not my commentary, but my opinions about what other people are thinking. What I do is I skim through I just skim through Twitter, skim through Reddit, just like look at lots of articles and whatnot. And overall, I just saw a lot of a good amount of outrage from people. And I'm just like, dog, it's okay. She's fine. She's questionable. It's not that big of a deal. When I first saw it, I was like, wait, what? That's not great. But then when I thought about it, I was like, actually, it makes sense, right? This is a smart thing, right? This is a smart thing. Con Lenny says the Fever are playing back-to-back games, usually rare for the WNBA to schedule in the preseason. Maybe it's just a precaution so Caitlin can be ready to play tomorrow's game against Brazil in Iowa City. I think, Con Lenny, I think that's exactly what it is. I think that is exactly what it is. Kim says, how is Boston better physically than last year? We'll see today. Quintus, you are right. You are right about that. Says she was wearing sweatpants. She was wearing sweatpants in her practice on Friday. Hard to see anything supporting or not supporting a leg injury. True. Maybe she wore sweatpants on purpose because she knew that she was going to be listed as questionable, and maybe that was on purpose. So I don't think this is a big deal. So yeah, for the Fever fans who bought tickets for tonight's game, yeah, you probably won't see Caitlin. You probably won't see her. For the people who bought tickets to go to Iowa and watch her play in Iowa City, well, I think you'll see her play. I think you'll see her play. All right, because tomorrow again is a full-blown homecoming event. So rest today, and yeah, I think it's just all about her being in tip-top shape for the awesome game tomorrow, because fans gonna come to that game in Iowa City and be like, hey, Caitlin, knock down those threes. Make it happen. Make it happen. So yeah, anyway, so this is just a thing. Let's kind of manage expectations here. And just remember that, hey, this league is tough. We are about to see a boatload of games, 40 plus games that each of these teams will play in the next several months. So it makes sense to prioritize player health now. If she doesn't have to play, don't play her. Don't play her, But anyway, it should be fun to see tonight's game. Not tonight. Game is happening in a couple hours. So this afternoon's game, I'm excited to watch it. The reason why is because, yeah, sure, I think that Washington is going to be a funnish team. I think they are. Now, will they win a lot of games? No, but they're a very young team. I'm excited to see what they have to offer today. And I'm also looking forward to seeing some of these youngins for Indiana get some playing time. Like Kimbree Hall get some playing time. I want to see her. I want to see her play for this Indiana Fever team. I think that should be really fun. So I'm watching. Hopefully y'all are as well. But again, that game is happening today at 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It should be fun. Okay? Okay. WBZO says, well done tying all three topics together. Thank you. I truly try my best. Like literally every day I'm trying to think about what topics can I cover? How can I weave them in to make sense? Now, like the first topic I talked about, which was the recap of yesterday's, game I went to, that didn't have anything to do with these other three. But like my hope was to try to connect the three topics, like the Kierstan Bell hoax, that I saw, the decision for Malaysia Fulwali to transfer to LSU without ever stepping foot as a recruit on campus, and just one conversation with Kim Mulkey, right? And then the questionable status of Caitlin Clark in her leg injury, and how it's truly not that big of a deal, but just calm down. It's okay. It is okay. Anyway, that's the stream. That's the stream. Again, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. This is Quita in the Mornings. My name is Quita, and I'm talking all about women's sports. Every single day, I can guarantee you, hopefully, actually not, I can guarantee you that I'm going to give it my all every single day. Every single day, I'm going to tell you 100% what I think about topics. I'm going to try to give you as much as detailed of a thing that I could possibly do. This is what I enjoy. I'm not going to be someone who's just going to hop on and just randomly talk about something I don't know about. If I haven't watched the game, I'm not going to talk about the game. So like I didn't watch the game, the Sky game against Brazil. There will be people who will probably talk about that stuff and just look at the box score and be like, oh, this is what happened when they didn't watch it. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try my best to try to give you all entertaining, but also very factual information every single day. Hopefully it's interesting. Hopefully you enjoy it. But every single day, there's going to be a theme. I'm going to try my best to kind of weave that theme throughout the different topics I talk about. And my hope is, even if maybe maybe the topic is not as exciting to you, my hope is that you still watch it, because truly we're trying to grow something special, and other people are noticing, and things are starting to percolate, and there's a lot of awesome possibilities that may be coming to this channel soon, and I'm excited about it, but it truly is because of you all support, and you all just continue to rock with me. And if I can ask, like, if you all can continue to do that, continue to watch the videos, continue to like, continue to hit that subscribe button, continue to just continue to engage, whether or not the topic is about your favorite player or not. My hope is that I will still make this I will still make it interesting, even if you've never heard about these players before. My hope is that you'll still rock out, and you'll still hang out in the chat and talk and give me your feedback and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of things percolating, and like in order for stuff to happen, the momentum that we are on has to continue. And I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna continue to dedicate a lot of time to this. Literally, when I'm not working my actual job, I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to do my part, and my ask is for you all to share this with people. Let's grow it, so that way the people who have power, the people who have influence, that stuff can start to happen. But anyway, we're seeing some huge strides in stuff. There's nothing I can't really specifically talk about stuff right now. But exciting stuff is happening. But truly, I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Hannah Hidalgo was at the game yesterday. Yeah, Hannah was there. Neil Ivy was there. Muffin McGraw was there. So that was really awesome to see them. Also, I ran into several awesome people of the internet. So if y'all are on the stream, if y'all was on, if I met you yesterday, I do want to just say it was a pleasure meeting you. I think I met like 9 or 10 awesome people of the internet, in person, IRL, and it was really fun. It's really fun to meet you all and to just chat with you all. And truly, thank you so much for rocking with me. If you all ever see me out at a game, please stop by and say hi. I know I'm like kind of awkward sometimes. I know I am kind of awkward sometimes, so apologies if I'm like staring off into space and I'm like, oh, hi. I appreciate y'all. So again, thank you to the awesome people I met in real life yesterday. That was really, really fun. Yeah, that was really fun. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Continue to share this. Please share this with other people. Tell people that Quita Loves Sports is on the internet every single day. No days off. I think we've been going for like a month and a half, almost 2 months now. We've been literally every single day. Quita in the mornings. So yeah. And go back and watch other episodes. I know I ramble. I know. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, Will's gonna be at a Sky game in June. Okay, I'll see. If it's a Sky home game, I will see you there. I will see you there. I assumed Olivia Miles was there. I didn't see Olivia Miles. Yeah, maybe I don't know if you all watched the broadcast for yesterday's game. I don't know if maybe they showed her. I didn't see her in the arena, Olivia Miles, but I'm sure she was there. I didn't see her. But I did see the others. Also, Dana Evans was there as well. I was like, should I wear my Dana Evans jersey? Because I have a Chicago Sky Dana Evans jersey. But I was like, actually, nah, that's probably awkward because the Sky aren't playing. Dana doesn't play for the Sky anymore. And she probably wouldn't see it anyway. And so I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I wouldn't wear it. So I just wore a black shirt instead. But yeah. I have not decided on a date for that. I need to plan that out so I can actually let you all know. But I do not have a date for that. It's still happening. Legends Week is still happening. That's a week where every single day I'm gonna honor a different legend of the game and sort of like do like a history lesson about who these players were and like what they did for the game and why they matter and all that. Like we're gonna go deep dive into some of that stuff. I have not picked a date for that. I have not. Kim says bring your mom during each broadcast. I can't. These things are in the morning. Mama works. I do too, but like she works early. She starts work earlier. I think she starts work earlier than me, so she can't hop on these. But when she's available, she will hop on the channel. When she's available, she will. Okay. All right, y'all have a good one. I've been rambling. Have a great day. Be kind to someone. Be respectful. Hit that like button on y'all way out. Hit that subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Quita Loves Sports is on the internet talking about women's basketball. And I will see y'all in the next one. Actually, hold on. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. El Professor. I missed your super sticker. Thank you so much, El Professor, for the super sticker. It is a fan character dressed as a cheerleader jumping in the air. Thank you. And apologies for missing that. Like I definitely don't want to miss super chats and super stickers. But again, I thank you. And I'm for sure Smoke Junior. I'm for sure wearing that in public. Yeah, I bought it. Hey, here's the deal. I have a Candace Parker jersey in my closet. I have a Dana Evans jersey in my closet. I'm still wearing those things. I paid good money. Those jerseys are expensive. They are very expensive. And I paid good money for those things. And I'm not going to just not wear them. Okay? All right, I'm not gonna not wear them. I do have an Angel Reese jersey as well. I'm trying to figure out what other like Mama. I should have gave this to Mama yesterday, but I still got Mama jersey, her Haley Van Lift jersey. I got to give it to her, but I got to figure out what other jersey I want to get because I don't want to get another player who just leaves the team. Like I don't know. I don't want to get another player who just will be gone. So I feel like Angel, she's gonna be there for at least 3 more years, hopefully longer. I'm trying to decide. Like I would love to get more players' jerseys, but I don't want to. Every year I want to get a new jersey, but like I don't want to have my closet filled with people who no longer are here. Well, they're here on this earth, but they're not. Not with the sky. And so yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Like who should I get that actually will stay longer? Like I don't know. Of course I can get Camilla, but Mama already has Camilla. Like I don't get. I don't want us to overlap in the jerseys we have. Like Mama got Rebecca Gardner, and once she got that, Rebecca ended up hurting herself, and she never played for the Sky again. Like it's hard. It's hard to figure out who you get. But Mama already has Camilla, so I'm not gonna get Camilla. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I've given 2 closes already. And so, y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.